Well, happy Friday. It's Friday. It feels so weird
I know.
because lately we've been going live on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So good morning, everyone. It's so good to be back. We didn't do a podcast last week either, did we? No.
No, we didn't.
So, good morning, everybody. I went on a mission trip last week. I got back Tuesday night late. No, Monday night. Monday night late. And I'm having a hard time trying to get back into the routine.
I know. Well, you were working and
and so I have a little summer cold. So I was in Mexico and it was hot. It was hot. I was sweating. I have like some little breakouts on my face from sweating. And then at nighttime in the hotel room, I would crank the air conditioner like really cold.
Yeah.
And I probably got it too cold.
Yeah.
And so by the end of the week, I was like starting to have like some congestion, and because like it would get hot and there's not like a lot of air conditioner and stuff down there. And we were out and
the
about.
Whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of like just resting up for the past few days. So I'm excited to be back. We haven't even been in the dye studio.
We haven't.
Yesterday we came in and somebody vandalized outside. Good morning, Valera. Happy Friday. Somebody vandalized outside and messed with the air conditioner. And so the air conditioner was not working yesterday. Yeah. And it was 80 degrees in here. They got it fixed. They like messed with the box that's outside. So that was unfortunate. But so maybe we might dye some yarn today, I hope.
Yeah.
Good morning, Michelle.
Happy birthday. No, it's Judy's birthday.
It's my birthday, Michelle. Hello, Katrin. Yeah, so Wednesday I was back, but Emily was gone. You went this past weekend.
I went to see Ronnie. She's due pretty soon. Her due date's the 7th, but anyway, we're on the countdown, so
yeah, I'm excited.
It is exciting. So I got to, tidy up some things and paint for her and get ready. So
I had the most amazing week on the mission trip. Part of the mission trip for me was I taught the ladies that is in this group. They're called Man of Moms. And this group comes to this church once and twice a week, and they do crafts. And with these crafts, they're able to sell them and make money. And hey, Susan, good morning. And so the first day, we got there midday, and then we went and like checked into our hotel, went to Walmart. We did a few things, had supper, and then the next day we were up, ready to go.
And pretty early too.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were up eating breakfast every morning, 7 to 7:30, because then we would have like a group team meeting.
Okay.
At 8:00. And then we were loading the bus and then getting to the church or wherever we were going.
Okay.
But so it was a little bit of a challenge because the language barrier, but there was an interpreter, and she was like, speak slow. So I was, of course, on my best behavior. And so I was speaking slow and trying not to have too much of a twang.
Yeah.
But I had everything typed up and translated by using Google Documents.
That's right.
Translated to Spanish. Good morning, Deborah. And so I kind of gave like a little bit of a testimony, and I kind of, it was really good. Really good to just kind of share my backstory with them. And of course the interpreter was, talking. And so we got right into the knitting. And, sometimes like the hardest part for people is trying to figure out how to do a slip knot.
I know. Like when I helped you at church and everything like that. Yeah, that was one of the hardest.
But they got it.
Really?
Yes.
Good deal.
They got it. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a breeze.
Easy, yeah.
So they got the slip knot, and then, and I started showing them how to, and I just showed them a knitted cast on.
Okay.
Because the long tail sometimes is difficult for people, and I don't want to lose them at that point.
Right.
So to show them how to do the knitted cast on, and so they got that pretty easy. And then, so I was like, okay, so now when you do a knitted cast on, you like do your knit stitch and you pull a loop and you put it on there. And then I said, okay, so at the start knitting, and you're not going to put the loop back on. And so they started knitting, but sometimes like they, weren't really understanding like on that first row.
The first row I think is always like, just.
But then they got it. And I was like, okay, keep going. And there was some that was kind of struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
But most of them were getting it. And I was like, okay, this is good. Keep going. And, and then I only had like 2 hours.
I know. And that's not a lot of time.
I had 2 hours
to
teach them. Because it started at 9:30, but by the time, I had their little bags. I had knitted up little bags.
You did such a good job. Those were so cute. I loved them.
Little, canvas bags, and then they had needles. The needles were supplied by Bryson. Thank you so much, Bryson. And then I had like a little book, with some patterns, with some of the knitting abbreviations, and it was in English and Spanish. And so anyway, and so I would like tell them to turn to like such and such page. And it would tell them like, to get cast on, all the things that you would need to do. So they were kind of following along. And so I'm like, okay, y'all, you're getting this. Sorry, I got to keep going. For the ones that's still struggling, I have to keep going, that pay attention. So then I showed them how to purl.
Okay.
And they were getting it. There again, there was a few that were struggling, but I had to keep going.
Right, yeah, because you have to get in all those main things.
And so I was teaching them, take your stitch marker and mark the front and the back.
Right.
And then, and I told them, I was like, okay, your homework tonight is, because I did learn that I was going to get them again Friday.
Okay.
So it said your homework tonight is to knit the front and purl the back. They didn't really understand that at first. But they were purling.
Okay.
And so they would purl a couple of rows, and then they would knit a couple of rows. And I'm like, okay, now you're going to learn how to bind off.
Yeah.
And so there was 2 of them that bound off. And
nice.
I was knitting 2
right.
and showing them. And so, one lady, she bound off. And she was like, look, she was so excited.
Yeah.
And so then that was it. And it was like very quick, but I think I spread out my time well enough with them. And then they surprised me with a birthday cake because it was my birthday.
On that day.
Yes. And they sang happy birthday to me. It was so cool. And then they lit a candle. Do you know how long it's been since I've actually blown out a candle? I'm like, what do I wish for?
Heck, whatever.
So I blew the candle out, and it was such a cool moment that I got to spend my birthday with these ladies. Cool. And I had like 10.
Yeah, that's really good.
I had 10 ladies that I was teaching. Yeah. So that was good. And they came back Friday, and they, I told them already, like, bring your swatches, and they brought their swatches, and some of them had not worked on their knitting. But one lady was she had been working.
Okay.
And so I'm like, okay, and she was like, okay, what about purl? And so I've used Google Translate.
Okay.
Where I would type and then
and then show them.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And so then she really started getting the knit, the front, the purl, the back. Okay. She was doing good. But then she was showing another lady beside her how to do the long tail cast on. I was like, I didn't teach you that.
Yeah.
I was like, did you watch a video? And she said, yeah.
What about something else you told me that oh dang it, I just forgot.
The yarn over.
Maybe that's it.
So then the one that I could tell had really been working, and I said, okay, I'm going to show you something. And then there was another one as well that was sitting here to the left, another lady. She was really getting it. And she spoke a little bit of English because after our first class, she came up and, and I shared with them about Jems and dye yarn and how we travel and stuff. And so she was asking me some more questions, and she was, she would know a little bit of English and stuff. And very so cool. One of the first lady that I could tell that she'd been watching, and I can't remember their names. I tried, but then sometimes I had a hard time trying to pronounce their names. Yeah. But anyway, I showed her, I was like, okay, I'm going to show you something else, how to do a yarn over, knit two together, yarn over, knit two together. And so she started doing that, and she was like, is this good? And I was like, see, Yeah. And anyway, she started getting it, and I was like, okay, the next row, knit it, and then, keep going. So, and I showed them pictures of knitting that has lace. And I said, this is used in lace. Yeah. And so they all got excited about that. And so she started getting it. And did I show you that picture?
I don't know if you showed me that picture.
I'll have to show you, but she did about like that much. I mean, her swatch was like this, but she did about this much.
Okay. And the lace and the
yarn over and it together. No, it looks so good. She was getting so excited, and they were just smiling and so excited, and just, And so I was talking to them about the things that they could do. I brought some samples, like a hat and a cowl, and they're like, cowl?
They're probably like, we can't use that here.
No, I mean, it's cold.
Oh,
so
really?
They don't have air conditioning.
Okay.
So they're hot all the time. So when it gets cold, they're freezing.
They're cold. Okay. Not like how we would be cold, probably.
Right.
Okay.
So, like, one night we had women's Bible study. We were all sitting around there burning up, and they're all in jackets, buttoned up.
Oh, goodness.
I'm like, you're making me hot. I mean, they had jackets on, and they were not taking the jackets off.
Oh, wow.
But she just didn't understand the cowl, like, and so I put it on, and then I translated and said whatever the word was, and they're like, oh, okay. But, I was trying to talk to them about things that they can make. And then it dawned on me, a washcloth. Yeah. So I said washcloth. And then the lady that was translating, she was like, washcloth? Like, she didn't, I guess that's like an English American term.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, like to wash your face. And she was like, oh. And I said, maybe y'all could make soap. Mm-hmm. Where you have like your little mold and you pour your soap and then you cut like little slices, make it and make like little gift sets. Mm-hmm. Oh, they all got excited about that.
Yeah.
And so of course they don't have the supplies, and so many people donated and sent money to me that I had a little bit left over. And so I'm going to order the little molds, and the stuff for them to make soap.
Nice.
Which is really easy. I mean, you can get a little creative and put the extra stuff and all of that. But so they're really excited about that. And so one of the ladies was telling me that they're having a women's retreat in November there at the church, and they are expecting or they already have signed up like 80.
Oh, wow. That
ladies,
is a lot.
Yes.
Wow.
And so she said that they were trying to figure out some type of welcome gift. And so they're going to knit washcloths.
Wow, nice.
And make the soap and make those for like little gift items. Mm-hmm. So they were really excited, and I was excited. And I'm like, I just want to get the soap down here for them right now to make. And so the retreat is in November. And so I was invited back in November to be part of their retreat. I am really excited. it is going to be the week before we leave to go to SoCal. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I think I'm going to be able to work it out.
We'll get it.
I'll have to come home a few days early. But I'm really excited. It was a great trip. The food was very interesting and different. We had a lot of tacos. We went to a Brazilian steakhouse. I've never done that before. That was interesting. Drank a lot of juice, and they would have like mango juice, pineapple. So several of the restaurants, we would just order like juice, and I drank a lot of water because I was sweating a lot. The food was so inexpensive, and everything was very inexpensive, and that's because the conversion between American dollars and pesos. Like we went to a coffee shop and I got coffee and a Danish, a fresh Danish, and the Danish was like 80 cents or 80
pesos.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
No, like it's less than a peso.
But it would convert to 80 cents.
Right. It was 80 cents. It was like 14 pesos.
Okay.
Which was 80 cents in American money.
Okay.
But yeah, so I got a coffee and a Danish for hey Marky, good morning.
Hi.
I got coffee and a Danish for less than $4.
Wow.
And then like they had like all this like really kind of cool stuff. They had this, and this is like a little it's like a wafer, and then it's this one is pina colada or pineapple flavored, and I think this was like 20 pesos, which was like $1 American dollars, and it's so good.
It is good. She gave me one.
I've eaten
half of mine.
And then I went into a drugstore because I was kind of starting to get nasally like midweek, and we had like some little fresh I don't know what they were. And it was 20 pesos and I got it. So it was like $1. And I almost feel like I was like I should pay more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it was like a great week. I ordered coffee one morning. It was very strong. And then another morning I ordered a rock coffee. And okay, so on your phone, there's like an app. And like when you're going into a restaurant, you can hold your camera up to the menu and it will translate it from Spanish to English so you can read the menu.
Wow, that's cool.
I know. So we were all like, everywhere you would go, you would take a picture of whatever and then it would translate.
Okay.
So I was taking a picture of the menu board for the coffee and it just said coffee with ice, and I'm like, okay, iced coffee.
Yeah.
So ordered it. Well, it was ice cream and coffee.
Ooh,
it was really good. Anyway, it was a great experience. We went on several home visits, and you know, we take so much for granted. We just it was very humbling. It was sad because we waste so much and just, but then there's circumstances. Like we went into one lady's house. She has stage 4 breast cancer, and it has spread into her lungs and her lymph nodes. And she was on some medicine, and they said that it was cleared of her lungs. Like they could not see any signs of it in her lungs, and she had three children.
Okay.
No husband, and you know it's just heartbreaking just to see.
Yeah.
And we went into this one lady's house. I mean, my heart broke for her, and I have a big heart, and it has gotten bigger in the last several years because. I mean, like I was crying at a few of the house visits that we went into. I mean, not crying, but I had tears. And one lady that was there sitting at the table, she was like wanting to know if I wanted a napkin. I was like, I'm good. But at one house, I just wanted to go and empty my wallet and cover everything I had. That doesn't really fix anything. We did bring them food and necessities for their home, like washing detergent and but you know, I just, if you ever have the chance to go on a mission trip, I would say do it. And it doesn't even have to be out of the country. I mean, there are mission trips that you can do within the United States. You know, and a really great experience, and just the whole week learning. And one thing that we got to witness to was there's a new church that's being built in right outside of the town that we're in. And Orizaba is actually a tourist town for the people of Mexico. It's kind of like Orlando, Florida is for us. Like we go there and there's amusement park, and you know, so they had like several different they had a dinosaur park. They had the gondola ride that we went and did. There was a train called the Chippy Chippy train. That we got to drive through town and stuff. But there's a lot of tourist things that you can see. So Orizaba is kind of like a tourist town. The president, or not the president, well, I guess it is the president of Veracruz, has been in office his third term. And I think it's like 12 years maybe total that he's been there. He has kept all crime out. There's cameras on every corner. There was a lot of policemen patrolling. The streets were clean. There's no trash cans, no trash. People put their trash out at nighttime, and the trash trucks come at nighttime to get the trash. So the town was very clean, felt very safe. People walking everywhere. I mean, like, I fell in love with the town. It was gorgeous.
The couple of pictures that you sent me were very pretty.
It was just gorgeous. And so we got to do a couple of like the tourist things in between home visits and in between other stuff that we were doing. The last day, we had church, and then after that, we kind of like went and did some sightseeing. And we took a gondola ride up to the top of the mountain. Have I told you this story? No.
Yes. I think I know where you're going.
We took a ride on the gondola up to the top of a mountain, and we got up there. It was gorgeous. So you could see down the whole town. It was a beautiful view. And then there was a glass bridge
you told me.
that we went and walked, and that was not so scary because it didn't walk. It just kind of walked out maybe 10 yards, and then it turned around and we came back in. And so we had to take our shoes off, and we walked across it sock fitted. And we got out there, and our team missionary leader, he was like, all right, y'all, we're going to take a picture. And you could feel it moving just a little bit. And everybody's okay, like, we got to get back. And so we got back to the land, and then it started raining. Just lightly, but then we were, trying to get back up to the side of the mountain to get back down, or because we kind of had to go around to the other side of the mountain to get to the glass wall. So we got back, and we were going to try to get on the gondola. Well, then it started lightning. And they were like, everybody inside. So there was like a little museum. And so we went into the museum, and we sat there for 2.5 hours waiting to come down.
Goodness.
So we were up there for about 3.5 hours total. And it was still lightning. And, if your kid ever plays baseball, you know how it is when you're at the baseball park and it starts raining or lightning. You have to wait 30 minutes before you can go out onto the field. So I imagine it was probably kind of about the same rule of thumb. Because it would lighten, and we're like, we just have to keep waiting. And finally they came and said, okay, y'all, we got to go down. We're sending y'all down. And we're
Was
like,
it still lightning?
it was.
Oh.
But it wasn't coming. The lightning was not striking the ground. It was up in the clouds, which we're pretty up there. The elevation was,
I know. I would think so.
like 5,000 feet is where we
Okay.
were, I think. So, but I was making a joke because we were all like,
no.
you know, I'm the jokester. When we were all sitting around and just kept waiting and waiting. And I went, because I would like be outside. There was like a little porch, and I was on the porch, and then I'd go inside and then come back out. And I walked in one time. I was like, y'all, Netflix is here, and they're wanting to start interviewing us because they're going to do a series about the Americans that were trapped on top of the mountain. And then the team leader, he was like, I would definitely watch that. But then when we started getting in line, because they were like hurrying us up to get on the gondola to get down.
So how many could go in one gondola?
6.
Okay.
And there was probably about 100 people or more up there, because it just wasn't us. There was other people.
Okay.
And they were like, okay, we're going to be, you know, we're going to name 6, and then you're getting on 6. And we were like, we don't care if you're groups of whatever, like we're getting people on and getting them down. And I told another guy on, I was like, you know, it kind of feels like the Titanic, you know, we're going down, and like, it's like, got to, like, everybody was just almost like in a little bit of a panic, but not. And then one guy was like, oh, great. Now I feel like that I should let all the children and women to go before me. But we got on the gondola and got down. And while we were up there, because like you would get kind of to the center and then it would stop because somebody else was, there was like 4 sets of 3 that was.
Oh, okay. So they were putting people on more. Okay.
So when we got to the center and it lightened, I was like, oh, Lord, please help us to get down.
You didn't take any pictures?
I did.
Oh, okay. I have to see that.
But none when we were on the way down, because we were all like really scared in the gondola. Angela was sitting right beside me. She's like, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to save you. I mean, like, what are you all doing? I mean, what do you think I'm going to do? We're all going down. We're going down. But we got down, and then it was raining, and I packed my rain jacket in my backpack every time we left the hotel, except that time.
That figures.
I did have a hat, so I had my hat on.
Okay.
But luckily, and so then we had to walk back to the hotel, and we were maybe 10 blocks.
Oh, gosh.
So we had to walk back, but luckily all of the businesses had some overhang.
Okay.
So we were underneath
kind of
that.
Yeah.
So I really didn't get wet too bad. And then we got back, and that was quite a bit experience. But it was just, the shower in the hotel room was amazing. The water pressure was insane. And you know, I learned a lot about how just like there's barrels on top of the buildings and they collect rainwater. The rainwater runs down into, are you yawning?
No.
The rainwater runs down and then it's filtered, and then it's recycled back into the house, and then that's how they use water.
Okay.
And that was really cool. So at one of the churches that we were working at, they had a bathroom and toilets, but there was no water hooked up. Oh. So they would collect rainwater and just pour it into the toilets to flush them. So while we were there, we got to hook up water.
Oh, okay. So that was one of the things we did. Okay.
To all of their toilets and to their sink and everything.
Nice.
So, you know, we got to do some work. We did some painting. Anyway, it was just a really great week. Very humbling. Very humbling.
I know. I could tell that when I talked to you a couple of times, you could tell that you were working and tired, but that you were really enjoying the whole experience.
Yeah, it was exhausting because every day we were going, getting up.
And then you had to do a lot of walking.
Oh, we did a lot of walking.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
So, and then we got to play with kids. We had several days with kids. And then one of the pastors there, his wife has 2 little ones, and she had a little boy, and her babies were the same age as my grandbabies.
Aw.
And so we were doing musical chairs, but with hula hoops on the ground.
Oh.
So the kids would have to run around, and they had never played it before. So it took them like a few times to figure it out, and then they figured it out.
Aw.
Well, she was going round and round with her daughter. Well, then her son he was like irritated. So her daughter wanted to do it. So I ran around and around with her daughter, and I was helping her to get to her like little hula hoop.
Yeah.
And then we lost. Somebody else beat us.
Man.
But she was 4, and the kid that beat us, she was like
older.
Yeah. She was probably like 8. So she was much quicker than we were and stuff. But that was fun.
Yeah, that is. You didn't tell me about that. So
and then we played Simon Says.
Oh gosh, I hated Simon Says.
So it was.
You were probably. Did you do it?
Yes, I was doing it.
Like, I mean, but were you the one?
No, it was Angela, and she was saying it in Spanish.
Oh,
but you could kind of understand when she was saying Simon Says, and then Alta is stop.
Okay,
but then. So, and then we did red light, green light.
I never remember.
Like it's green light and then you run, and it's red light and you stop.
Okay.
And then, so it was really fun that we got to play all these games with the children.
That would be fun.
Part of the Manna Worldwide that we do is they supply 1 meal a day or 1 meal a week. And so the children were able to get that 1 meal. And what they would do is, so the Manna would cook up this meal, and they would bring it. And then all the kids that came, they would bring a Tupperware dish, like with a lid. And they would fill their Tupperware. And then the kids were able to bring that back home.
Oh, wow. That's very cool.
And so Manna was part of the mission trip that I was on. And then they also supply a meal at the church where kids can come and eat there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different applications that Manna is providing. And with the I can't say it. With the team that I worked with, that's also Manna.
Okay.
That's one of the Manna missions is with the moms and stuff. And it's building. So this is in their 2nd year. And when it first started, they only had a few. So that group is building.
Okay.
But one thing that was really so interesting was it is the ladies or the women that first start going to church and bringing their kids to church, or their children, and then they're bringing their husbands. And so the women's ministry is definitely something that they're wanting to build on, because it's the women that's bringing the men to church. And
I heard you tell somebody else that.
Yeah. Anyway, great week. So we have some things to show you. Emily was busy in the dye studio while I was gone. And we have the autumn mini sets back in stock. This is a favorite at our shows because back several years ago, we did the Kuma cow.
Judy did a great job.
And this is in the autumn minis. And this is held double with mohair. And
everybody loves it.
I know. It is a really fun, easy cowl. It's just...
This is TV knitting.
It is. It's knitting in the round.
Yeah.
And
just knitting. Yeah.
You actually cast on here at the top, and then it kind of grows. You're increasing. But that was in the autumn minis, so it's back in stock, and we're getting stuff ready for our next show, which is in Seattle.
I know, it's coming up
1st of August.
I'm getting excited.
I am too.
Yeah.
So we're home all month getting ready for that as well, I mean, Emily's got a grandbaby coming. So that is in stock. We also showed you because it is my birthday month. And speaking of my birthday, Emily just gifted me this dainty little bracelet. And it says Psalms 139:14. And it has my birthstone.
It does. Yeah.
Right there. So cute. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So my birthstone is this purple, which is what's the name? Alexandrite. I was
Alexandrite.
Like, I just brain dead. So here is the June collection. It is called Mystical Rose.
So pretty.
It is on the website.
Ah.
Can y'all see those colors? So the first one here looks black, but it's taffet, and it's like this aubergine purple. And then we have alexandrite, this green, which is moldavite, and then rose quartz, a pale pink, and then cinnabar. I love cinnabar.
I do too. Did you do something one time with, or maybe it was you were gonna pick it out for a heart in a? Oh, you know what? I think Ronnie did it in her
sweater.
Her sweater, just like the mohair part or something. Okay.
Yeah. I love this collection. So we have it in sock, DK, worsted, and also bulky. So that is on the website, and we also have it in the full skeins.
Oh yeah, this is it.
There is Mystical Rose in the full skein. So it's all of the pinks and purples with a little bit of a speckling of the green.
Let me see if I can find a good speckle of the green. I guess right there.
Yeah.
Right up in there.
Yeah. So it looks really good.
This would be really pretty.
Really nice for a sweater.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Or even socks.
Well, we know somebody who got them for socks.
Yeah. Okay. Also, we have a new yarn base. It is not on the website yet, but I kind of played with it a little bit before I left out on my mission trip. And what we're going to be doing with this new yarn is doing some fades. Okay, so this was like the first kind of play with it. And I didn't really get. I love the yarn, but
the yarn is amazing. It's so soft.
And we have not named the yarn yet, but it is 50% merino, 50% cotton. And so because it has a little bit of cotton, it's not dyeing solid, and it's just kind of like a heathered look is what you might want to say. It is gorgeous.
I know. I love it. And
it
feels
so
amazing
soft. So we're doing a fade, and so you might can see that this is the darkest and this is sapphire. And then it gets lighter. So this was our first time to do kind of like a fade. I'm going to get it a little bit darker. And then we have it in pink.
Yeah, that's not.
It's not dark enough.
Yeah.
And this one is rhodolite. And so it is a little bit.
Definitely see a difference like here.
Yeah. But I want more of a fade.
Yes. Yeah.
So we will, once we're kind of back in the dye studio within the next several weeks, we're going to get quite a bit of this new yarn base dyed, and it will be hitting the website very soon, and we will have it with us at Seattle.
Yeah.
So we have that. We have a new yarn color too.
Yes, it's beautiful.
This is Veracite. Get tourmaline.
I know. I think that'll show like.
It is gorgeous, y'all. It is, so Veracite is a mineral that is paler than a turquoise, but a little bit of a green. So this is tourmaline. And
Yeah,
there,
it's like a softer tourmaline, kind of, maybe a little bit bluer, because tourmaline
maybe it is a
probably
little bit
little-
bluer.
but it's so pretty.
It is really pretty. I
Mhm.
cannot wait to play with this.
Yeah,
And but there it is. It's
Yeah.
Veracite.
probably gonna have to do something with that.
Really pretty.
Hmm.
Also, I have something exciting to tell y'all. I am starting a new bag line.
Oh yes, I know.
I have their site is VARISCITE. VARISCITE. Veracite. I have been working on some knitting bags, and they look pretty amazing.
I'm excited.
You're welcome, Michelle. So I might, you know what? Next Wednesday, I don't think we're gonna, because that's like
The
4th of
day
July.
before, yes, and you're gonna be on the river somewhere.
I am. I'm going whitewater rafting 4th of July week. And so I'm not going to be at home, and you probably won't be here either.
I know. I'm like, we're trying to, hopefully she makes it to her due date, but
Yeah.
I might not be here.
So hopefully in 2 weeks you will get to see my new knitting bag line.
I'm so excited.
I have tons of fabric.
I'm buying one.
I have tons of fabric here, and so that's coming really soon, and we will have them for Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Really excited.
And they're going to be kind of like one of a kind, right?
Right. So I have a lot of, and so these bags are kind of be like a more of a dressier knitting bag, because I have a lot of upholstery fabric, some silk fabrics, and some really nice fabrics. And so these bags are going to be one of a kind. They're lined really nice, a kind of different kind of construction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited.
Yes.
And they are going to be one of a kind. So if you see it, you have to get it, because that's it.
Yeah.
Because I just have remnants of fabric
Mm-hmm.
and some of them I might have 2 bags,
Right.
depending.
Mm-hmm.
So those are going to be coming really soon. I'm so excited.
Did you make your label yet? You have to make a cute label.
Someone just said I can't wait for DFW to shop in person. DFW is in September. Yes, Michelle, it does have a flat bottom, and yes, it will have pockets. I love it. I'm so excited.
I know. She's kind of keeping a little bit of it a secret for me too. So
you kind of know.
I kind of know, but I don't know. Yeah. Like I kind of know.
Yeah.
She's not telling me everything all at once.
Yes, DFW is in September. We will be at DFW. And we do have a festival here in Vicksburg in February. I am working on that. I started working on that like this past week after I got back from Mexico.
She's just like super motivated.
But it's going to be fun. It's going to be in February, which is also the time of Mardi Gras. We are going to have a Mardi Gras masquerade ball. Yeah. Thursday night. So you are to come in your mask, dressed up however you want, and you will get to have like a special shopping experience with the vendors Thursday night. Mm-hmm. So a lot of exciting things that I'm working on for February. The shop is fixing to have a transformation as well. So we have got so much going on. Back over here in the corner was like kind of like my sewing station and sewing area. I've moved that stuff to home, and our podcast is going to get moved back there. So a lot of exciting things going on. So Ronnie needs to hurry up and have the baby. I mean,
know.
like not hurry up,
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm ready. Like, I'm just, I'm going to go right away. But then, so her husband, Chris, he gets leave too. So they're going to take 2 weeks off together. So I'm out of there when they're
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
And then, I'll be back at another time.
Yeah.
So.
Also, July 14th, I think, is a Sunday. We are having a Christmas in July sale here. We have some yarn bases that we're kind of discontinuing. We have some colors we're discontinuing. Mm-hmm. We have some other things that we're going to be marking down. And
we've done that before, and it was really good. So we're going to do it on Zoom and
Facebook and Instagram. Yes. So save the date, and we'll probably do like at an afternoon. I don't really know of a time yet. Mm-hmm. Maybe like 3 or 4 o'clock.
Okay. And it's kind of like if you were on before, it's like if you see it, grab it.
Right.
Because we're not, it's just one of a kind type,
Right.
Like we're getting rid of bases, like Judy said, colorways. So.
Michelle, the yarn behind us is the yak in fingering and yak DK. And then that is the browns. We have brownstone. This is jet, Allgite.
I think there's some chocolate opal somewhere.
You know what? That might be chocolate opal. There's a bronze.
Bronze.
But this is the yak DK. You know what? I want to adopt the new Verisite and to see.
That would be pretty. That might be really pretty.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The new Verisite and the yak. That would be really pretty. So yeah, as soon as Ronnie's baby boy is born, and
I am going to be dyeing the new mini sets. I'm kind of like almost done with my colors, so I'll be getting those. I'll start either this afternoon or Monday.
Yeah.
So.
There also is a sale going on the website because it is my birthday and I turned 53. Isn't that what I turned?
Yes.
53.
Yeah.
Turned 53. There is a 53% discount on the third item of any full skein. So you get 2 full skeins at full price, and then you get the third at 53% off.
That's a really good deal.
So it comes out to be an average of like 17% off. That discount is it ends June 30th, which is today's the 27th. So is that Sunday?
Yeah.
27th,
Sunday.
28th. Is today's the 27th?
Today's
the 28th. So it is Sunday.
It is
so
Sunday
is the last day to order. Yesterday was my mom's birthday. No, not yesterday. Wednesday was my mom's birthday. We share a birthday month.
And your sister too.
Yes. Mm-mm. So guess what I did this morning?
I don't know.
I went walking.
You did?
I did.
Hey, where'd you go? Just in the neighborhood?
I did.
Nice. Very good.
Yep.
Oh,
Sandy's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Sandy.
Happy birthday.
And then I'm like really trying to like eat better. I had avocado toast for breakfast this morning.
I didn't have anything. And then you bring me that wafer with the pineapple pina colada
and coconut
whatever nut, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I ate half of mine already.
It's good.
It is good.
So all right. Well, I guess we're just gonna get back to work, and I just wanted to kind of jump on here this morning and do a podcast since we are not going to be here
next week either.
Next week.
So the next one will be July. Shoot.
Went 10th. I think.
Yes. Right. Very
July
good.
10th. We will be back and hopefully back on schedule. And And then we'll be leaving, headed to, in the 1st of August, to Seattle.
And we'll be posting about that date.
Yes.
What were you going to say? I'm sorry I cut you off. And now you probably forgot.
No. And then after Seattle, we're going to Vancouver for a few days.
Yes, we are. We are going. Man, I'm telling you, like I've had, it's gonna all work out. I don't even want to say because I don't want to hear what everybody has to say.
Emily doesn't have her passport yet.
So
I'm
it's in the works.
I am just gonna.
She's gonna leave me. I know.
I am gonna leave her. I'm gonna be like, see ya.
I'm just gonna make the best of it. I'll just.
So now she's in panic mode.
I am. So like I've already been thinking, okay, if Judy leaves me, then she just needs to leave me with enough food because I won't have a vehicle either.
I've been telling her, y'all. So
hopefully everything works out. I'm doing all the stuff. So
but I'm excited about that trip. I'm just excited. And we got our layout. We have a great booth location.
We do. I'm really pleased. Really, really pleased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really. So I'm excited. Mm-hmm. Great. Seattle is going to be.
And on our way there,
we are going to a concert at Red Rocks.
I'm so excited. That's going to be fun. Yeah.
It's going to be a great busy summer, a great busy fall, just slam packed. My mom is like, she's like, so what's next? And I'm like, well, I'm doing this and doing this and doing that. And she's like, oh my goodness, girl, are you not tired?
She's like, you're making me tired just thinking about it.
Yep.
But it's always fun.
But I mean, we're not promised tomorrow, so we need to like enjoy life and do all that is to be offered. And so I'm doing that.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us this morning, and it's so good to see y'all. And we can't wait to see all of our Northwest people, or North Pacific West people. Did I say that right?
I don't know.
The 1st of August, and we're getting messages all the time for like, when are we coming back to this show? When is the show? Are y'all coming to this show?
Right.
And so we've got even some more exciting things that are in the works, and we'll just wait and share that with you later. Also, if you've not ordered your Halloween box, get it done, because after we get back
from this holiday,
we're going to probably get started on the Halloween box, because we have to have it ready to ship the 1st of September.
Yeah.
And so we are going to be working on it. We'll probably, maybe even get started next week.
Yeah.
So I don't have a cutoff date, but it is coming.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure to order the Halloween box. It is going to be spectacular.
It is.
I'm excited. All right. Y'all have a great week. Stay cool. It is hot. We're under a heat advisory.
Yes.
It is hot. I'm literally have been melting as soon as I walk out the door. I have like my little hair barrette to
clip up your hair.
To clip up my hair as soon as we walk out. So, all right, y'all. Have a great week, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
Yes.
All right. Bye.
Bye, everyone.